this is how you and me see our true God. All we need to do is look at the blanket fact of existence, of being. And all we need to do is realize, based on scholarly research, based on common sense, that existence is everything. Now, bear with me for a moment. Existence being everything means that existence or being cannot lack anything. It cannot lack any component, it cannot lack any facilitation, it cannot lack any possibility, it cannot lack anything. It or he is everything. And so that means that existence or being also is and possesses the very thing of thought itself. Existence is and possesses consciousness and identity and self-awareness. It possesses all those things because existence empirically is observed to be everything in the lab. It's observed to be everything with all scientific equipment possible. And so, existence thinks and feels because it cannot lack anything at all in any combination. So, you might say, well, what does this have to do with God? Well, it's obvious, because the God of the Bible is also described to be existence himself. I am that I am, God says, or I am who I am. And in the Hebrew, that word means to exist, to be. So God is saying that he is the very sheer act of existence or being himself. As many Christians in past times have said, this is a long-standing Christian tradition, that God is being himself. So, since we find that being or existence has thought and is a person in the very real empirical way, we find that, hang on, this amazing, true, empirical God who made us within his body of being is also perfectly found and described in the Bible. And that means the Bible is also true because it got God right. And so it's fairly simple for us to observe empirically our amazing God, because existence is everything and empirically cannot lack anything. It cannot lack consciousness or thought. And within his own body of being, he formed us. He formed this tuft of grass out of his own amazing being. And he formed me and you out of his own being. And so we are individuals made within him, given our own unique individual personalities. We are real individual people made within his body of being. And that is how we are his children. See, this is all empirical. This is scientific. This is mathematical. There's every bit of evidence in the whole world proves this. There is nothing in the entire world that does not point towards existence being mindful. And everything evil in the world is not part of the plan of existence himself. Because evil destroys existence, and evil goes against structure and stability and being himself. And that is why it is mathematically impossible for existence and goodness to collaborate with darkness or evil. That would be 1 times 0 equals 0. That can't happen. Or else existence would not be. But because existence himself is perfect, he is perfectly structure and stability and coherence and harmony, that is how we exist and how our structures and the formations of our very being are true. And so that is the empirical evidence for God. Existence has all thought, all power, and all presence, because existence empirically, this is agreed upon by all scholars worth their salt, and by many scholarly dictionaries across universities, Oxford University, Cambridge University, Collins Dictionary. They all say that existence is factually everything that can be empirically observed to exist. And existence himself, since he is empirically everything, is proven to possess thought, is proven to possess all the facilitations necessary for thought. We can go to the lab and we can observe how the facilitations of the brain exist empirically. And so existence cannot lack anything in the universe. And so that is the proof that God, existence, being himself, our individual, mindful, heartfelt creator, is our one God who made us within his body of being. Now, I'm not saying that this tree or me are God. I am saying that God, existence himself, who sustains all things that exist, and he, in a way, he is their very structure. He is our very structure, and he even is the power of our thought, and his breath lives within us. However, within his infinite power of being himself, he forms beings within himself that rely on his very power of being, which goes through everything, and in a way is everything. But we have to remember that he gives all of his creations, all of his formations, individuality within himself. And they are truly individual, they are truly themselves, they are truly real, and their purpose is to glorify existence or being himself, which is another word for saying that everything that is made was made to glorify love, because God is love. Not just that love is his attribute, or that being or existence is his attribute, but that love is God. Not just the feeling of love, but the ideal, the way of life, helping one another, goodness and kindness, and building one another up, forming bonds and friendship. That true love, which Paul describes, is our mindful, loving, heartfelt God. And so, that is how we empirically observe God.